can get out there and do a lot of really constructive and interesting things on LinkedIn. That, and you can build basically your resume on LinkedIn as well and have it there for everybody to look at. So,
Yeah, and just
And
a caveat off of that. I'm sorry, go ahead, Victor.
no, I was going to say, I just noticed that, as I was transitioning out myself, I noticed that a lot of places are actually asking for the LinkedIn
Hmm.
information. Like,
mhm.
please share it's part of like the application process, right? Not only do you have to submit a resume, you do an application, they ask you questions, please share your LinkedIn. And that was one of the things too with Onward for Opportunity. They asked for my LinkedIn information on there as well. I don't know if they go on there just to make sure, like, hey, is this dude actually who he is, who he says he is, or what? But it is a professional resume online. That's basically what it is. It shows you what your achievements are, your accomplishments. And I don't know that you necessarily need to put a photo on there. I mean, it could be anything, but at least a place to house all your certifications and your achievements. LinkedIn is awesome for that. That's especially what I use it for. I don't really engage too much in anything else. I've done some of the LinkedIn learning on there, but yeah, a place to house all your achievements. That's excellent. I'm glad you brought that up as well, because I know that was like something I was just thinking about. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's a
Go
place
ahead.
too that even for spouses, let's say if you've had a gap in employment, but you're still very knowledgeable about your field. This is your chance to prove that you are a subject matter expert. Like you mentioned, John, create those newsletters, start talking about relevant topics, stay on top of some of the current events that are going on in the industry that you're either in or that you want to transition to. And, start putting those things out there, and the other thing is when you're making these connections, try to think about instead of saying, hey, I would like a job, right? Try to create those genuine connections. Hey, I saw, this new initiative that you were just involved in. I'm very impressed. I would love to connect. Start building those genuine, sure, your ultimate goal may be to ask them in about 6 months, hey, I heard about this opening, but at least learn a little bit more about them, in a sense, like romanticize them, right? A lot of times in my DMs, I'll get like, hey, can you do my resume for me? And I'm like, that's in the connection request. And I don't have a problem assisting, but it's also about tact as well, right? So I'm more inclined to really respond to those that said, hey, my name is such and such. I'm transitioning right now. I'm having a few bumps in the road. Can you give me a little bit of advice? No problem. But when you're just direct, like, hey, can you help me do my resume? And it's like, whew, okay, that's a little direct. So, just think about that. Think about building those genuine relationships and be authentic, you know. And a lot of times, I think what hinders people from creating content on LinkedIn, which will ultimately help you if you want to prove you're a subject matter expert, is that they start thinking about communicating in a voice that's not theirs. So creating the content gets a lot harder. I'm a Southern girl. I have a Southern drawl. A lot of times I'll put in my content, hey y'all, you know, and it's easier to create content like that. So just kind of think of it in that way. Think of it as a way that, I'm using my voice and I'm going to create genuine and authentic connections.